Okay, so we're at to Bob. It's Bob's birthday. Oh, wasn't that nice? How kind. What a great way to start our walkthroughs. Awesome. You better use that, Bob. Okay, we're at Abe and Morgan's plot, and they've just started their pound ups this morning. And the first thing that comes to my mind when I look at theirs is plot management. And what that means is when they put their design together and then they want to start their pound up, these boxes have to be in a certain place, and they've obviously got something going on here that will progress, and it'll make sense once they start carving. And yeah, that's plot management right there. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Okay, we are with Deb and Steve. They're our local team, and they are doing their pound up as well, and you can see that they've got some plot management going on too. They've got these boxes in certain places. Now you can also see that there are plastic round forms on the top of those two boxes. That's a different type of a form. When they don't need to make a square or octagonal shape, they can minimize how much sand they're using by using something round. And it's just probably above ground pool siding or some heavy duty plastic, and they just clamp it together. Steve's putting one right here. He's starting another one. Just clamp it together for the size they want, and then the same process as with the wooden forms, just sand and water, sand and water. Okay, we're with the Davids, and you can see they've done a combination of pound up and sculpting. They've already started sculpting. They did the bottom two forms, and on the top form up here you can see they've taken this off, and it's down over here on the side. That's already been taken off, and then they added sand to the outside over here to that portion of it. So this is going to be part of their sculpture that was not part of the pound up. And this is what we call an add-on. They've added that right next to the pounded up part. Okay, so I just walked around to the other side of their pound up, and you can see what they're doing here is that part that they had taken off on the other side, they just take it off part way, loosen it up, and move this. This was over here, and they just slide it out, and they're actually using this as a form.
Steve's on.
Because we are so smart and intelligent.
That's why, because they're so smart and intelligent. Yes, rather than what David was just saying is rather than making two great big forms like this where you use a lot more sand and more energy, and they needed these features on the side, they would have had to fill another whole form and then carve this all away. So rather than that, they're adding it on instead of carving away. Saves time, energy, and sand. Okay, we're with Dan and Marianne right now, and I'm taking a guess. I could be wrong, but I'm standing directly in front of this sculpture, and they have three sets of forms that are lined up. So I'm thinking that has something to do. The placement of these three forms has something to do with the final sculpture. Oh, and yes, look, there's Dan up. Yeah, probably something like that. Okay, well, with Paul and Remy, and you can see something different with their pound up. Down here, and I'm pretty sure Paul might have taken a lesson out of the Dan Doubleday handbook here. He's actually used their pile, their original pile is in the same place that it started. You'll see some of the other pound ups where they set the form off to the side and shovel into the form. Well, they used their pile of sand, flattened it, and then probed it, stuck holes throughout the whole thing and completely flooded it. So this right here, this whole thing is a pound up. I mean, that's like without using a form. And they're able to get a couple of feet of height. It takes a little bit of time to start it, and it may not look like they're getting anywhere when they're first pounding up, because everybody else is doing their forms and they're getting higher and higher, and they have to spend more time on this bottom section, but it makes it, you can see how, they're probably the tallest one there, and in the same amount of time when you figure it all out.